Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today I was going to do a little bit of makeup while I talk about this, but if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I recently was able to get a new client and she's allergic to everything. I can't wear any kind of makeup or perfume or anything like that, but shout out to the girl that told me about that deodorant at GNC because I am allowed to use that. Usually I'm just supposed to watch her on the weekend, but something came up, so I'm going to be going over there. So no makeup, which I think makes these videos a little bit boring because you're just watching me talk, but I had to get some stuff out. When Dustin Dailey uploaded his first video in regards to Peter, a few people DM'd me, asked me if I was going to make a video about his video. I didn't feel like it was my place because that's their private friendship. And I felt like, Dustin said his piece, that's that. Then everything kicked off on Twitter and in YouNow streams and in other videos. And I have been losing my mind. Starting with Dustin, in his video, he was very nice. I mean, he was very nice about how he thinks Peter is still a good person, but he has some tendencies. He has some issues. Everything to Peter is a business. For Dustin, it's also a friendship. He talks about how, he has helped Peter, like he made thumbnails or would give him receipts, stuff like that. And that he's always sort of been the underdog. Some people took that, I think, a very different way than I did, because people were calling him jealous, saying that he thinks that he should be at the level, subscriber-wise, as Peter, and that he's just bitter and all this stuff. But to me, now, I've been following Dustin for ever since he came out for Peter and against John Cuckian, the first time around. Maybe a little bit before then, I'm not really sure. But at the time, I was subscribed to Dustin, Peter, Karina Kaboom, Rich Lux, all of them, And I would notice, and you can go back and even look at these timelines through the channels a year and a half ago. Karina would come out with a video, Rich Lux would come out with the same video, Peter would do the same exact video. It was always like that, or it was Rich first, then Karina, and those were always in my feed. But when I would go to Dustin's page, he would have that tea. Sometimes Dustin was the first one to have that tea, and Peter would make a video about it. So I feel like when he's saying he's the underdog, all of these other channels were getting more views, even though I think he felt like, he was first with some of these stories and didn't really seem to be appreciated as much as the others, which is just a normal human thing to feel, when you're out there grinding on YouTube and you've been at it for a long time and, you're still coming into your own and you're helping other people and you're having friendships with people and you feel like they're not appreciating you. I mean, yeah, I'm sure that Dustin does feel like, I can't believe that Peter's at the level that he is because he is lazy with his content. And what I mean by that is that Peter usually hears about stuff through other channels or through Dustin, and then he'll do a video. It's not his own investigations, it's on his own tea. Peter's never one to break a story. He has used exclusive statements in his titles, which were sometimes, very few times, were directly to him, twice. Others were just exclusive statements that other people got. So I feel like I totally understand where Dustin's coming from on that end, because that's just a normal way to feel. And whether or not you feel like Dustin is jealous or bitter or whatever, in that video, he was so raw. I saw somebody that was very hurt by a friendship that he has had for a few years, where he feels like he's not being treated properly. It doesn't matter to me if he ghosted Peter a little bit, although he did try to communicate with him, because he talked about how Peter just talks over you. If you watch him in YouNow and he asks anybody, that's exactly what he does. And I used to have a friend like that. Oh boy, she was the worst. Even if it was like a minor disagreement, she's going to talk over you. She doesn't want to hear your side. It's just so disrespectful. And it's so draining to have to deal with somebody like that, that sometimes you're just like, fuck it. So I totally get why that was. You know, he was just tired of trying to explain himself to Peter and have him not be heard, you know? Um, I, when I saw that, you know, Peter, I saw clips of him in his live stream with Petty Page and everything. And people are talking about his attitude, and people are like, I can't believe this. I've never seen this side of him. Well, if you don't go into his live streams, especially like a year ago, then maybe you hadn't seen him act that way, but that is him. He's condescending. He's rude. And more importantly, the way that he spoke to Paige, her just being a woman in general, was so disrespectful to me, almost beyond all of the other shit that was going on as far as their stands and everything. And for him to have the nerve to call her arrogant, pot meet kettle, you know what I'm saying? I don't find Paige to be any different. I watch her videos, I see her in streams, and I feel the same type of way about her as I always have. And just because I'm fans of them and I'm not currently a fan of Peter right now doesn't mean that I didn't absolutely love Peter for so long. And I keep trying. Like, I wasn't going to watch his videos because I'm just so tired of him. But when I watch them, it's just a bunch of words. Like, it's not... Like, he has a tendency to be able to come off like he is owning his shit or he is explaining himself without ever really doing it, you know? And it's always like a runaround. It's always talking in circles. It's always, well, you don't know, and there's so much else to it, and blah, blah, blah. It's always an excuse. And for somebody that always tells people to own their shit, he never really does. And I feel like... You know, I feel for Dustin, you know? There was a point when I had even made a video sticking up for fucking Mango Tea. This is some shit. So I came across Mango Tea somehow, probably in like my recommended or something, and it was around the time when he was doing a lot of videos on John Cuckian. I'm like, oh, he doesn't like John Cuckian, whatever. He irritated me, and I didn't really like him, but he did, like, this video talking about other drama channels, and he mentioned Dustin in it. This was when he first started coming for Dustin. I remember, like, I didn't defend Mango through that, but I was talking about, like, his interview, which I don't defend him. I still have it on my channel because we all fuck up, make mistakes. But, when I first started to see what he was talking about, like with Dustin, like saying that he was like a social climber and he latches on to people that are, you know, bigger than him because he wants, you know, to gain their followers or be like a culture vulture, as they say. But all I have really seen from Dustin is him becoming friends with other drama channels. And like, I don't feel like his intentions are malicious, you know? I feel like he seems like the type of person that would value a friendship, you know? But I remember tweeting to him that I was sorry that I ever believed anything that Mango said. That tweet's probably still on my Twitter somewhere. But when Mango was coming for him and Peter could not even at the very least put out a tweet, you know, he could not back up his friend. He could not stand up for him. And what is ridiculous is that Peter keeps, you know, reiterating, oh, it's like a business, so he couldn't say anything, or, oh, I hope you understand why, because that wouldn't be a good move for me. This isn't like a movie, you know, it's business. It's not personal, you know, like the thing is that it's social media. And it's very fucking personal, especially when you're claiming to be such good friends with somebody and you cannot stick up for them, but you expect everybody to come to your defense, which most of us fucking have. But if I imagine that I'm in, even whether, regardless of how you feel about Dustin, imagine being in that position where you are constantly defending your friend. You know that he's being attacked by John, attacked by other drama channels, and you are sticking up for him. And when somebody comes for you and you're getting all that hate, he can't even tweet support for you. He, if anything, he made it worse because all those videos that Peter released around then, he was like, I have no issue with Here for the Tea. I have no issue with mango tea. I have no issue with this person and that person. And he always acts like he's so like about positivity and he's not into the drama. Unless he can control that narrative, then he's all about it. And it sucks seeing like so many people stick up for Peter completely blinded by all of the things that people are saying. I'm not the type of person that's just going, like, if someone's like, oh, I don't like that person because blah, 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 that I'm just going to not like them. I came to terms with how I felt about Peter on my own, and before Dustin even put out that video. I came, to my own conclusions about Peter back in like March or April or whenever it was when I did my slaying shade on him. So this isn't me taking like Dustin's side because I don't like Peter. This is me feeling a type of way for somebody because I feel like it was quite brave of him to be that honest and come out knowing that Peter Mon's stands are pretty brutal, knowing that he was going to get some hate, but he just wanted to get his piece out there. And, and another thing, like Peter was so buddy-buddy with Paige, but when Jackie Aina accused her of fraud, he didn't even come out then to be on Paige's side. Why? Because Jackie Aina is this huge beauty guru, you know what I mean? And Peter only cares about Peter. And from what we know, from what Paige has said and Dustin has said and Sam had even said, when you're friends with Peter, it's very one-sided. He's friends with you when it can benefit him. He's friends with you when it's good for him. And especially when Dustin had mentioned Peter at the beginning of that Jaclyn Hill video, which I thought was great that he even brought it up at all. And Peter had told him supposedly that didn't do me any favors. I can hear those words coming out of Peter's mouth. And it's pretty despicable. Like, you can't just expect everybody to always have your back no matter what and stand up for you, and you play like this victim, but you can't stand up for your friends. If this is just a business to you, then don't call them your fucking friends. Don't do it then. Then you are, just all by yourself. But how dare he talk about like this close friendship with Dustin and not have his back? It kills me. In the stream with Peter and Paige, the stands were going insane, and they still are. And it's kind of crazy because when John Cuckian was attacking Peter, all the Cucky fam or Titty fam, like whatever they're called, were going so hard after Peter, and they were so vile. It was so disgusting, and Peter would be on there crying. I mean, just losing his shit because he was getting all this hate. Now those same people that support Peter are doing the same fucking shit to other people. And it's almost just as vile. Really, really is. I'm not saying that people aren't being nasty towards Peter. I'm just saying that I have seen a lot coming from these Peter Mon stands. And all it is like spitting out like this hatred and blue hearts, wolf pack, whatever. It's insane. I don't understand how, even if you don't like Dustin and you love Peter, who the fuck are you to sit there typing such disgusting, vile, despicable shit to another person that you don't even know just because you don't like the same people on YouTube? How pathetic is that? How dumb is that, And I just sit there and I read this shit. I'm like, people have lost their goddamn minds. Like, I just don't understand it. I am a fan of people, but when you like somebody, it doesn't mean that they don't fuck up. It doesn't mean that they're perfect. It doesn't mean that they are flawless, And Peter's made some mistakes and he's hurt some people along the way. And I feel like he can't own up to it because of his own ego, his own arrogance, And I feel like people are just totally, imagine if Peter had gotten screenshots of old tweets from, say, like Manny MUA or Dustin even, saying the kind of shit that Peter said. Would everybody attack Dustin? Yeah. Everybody would go after that person. But because Peter said it, and because Peter's like this therapist and he's all about positivity and turn your wounds into wisdom, which Oprah fucking said first, bitch. I'm just saying, like, He's just so phony to me at this moment, and I am so sorry to get so heated. But more importantly, I really hate that everybody is fighting with everybody else. There are a lot of people that are in the middle, and they are just like, listen, this is not why we, subscribe to these people. We don't like the drama within the drama community. And some people are just eating it up, and they can't wait to get to their keyboard to type some other mean shit. Regardless of whose side you're on, there's no need for it. There's no need for that kind of disgusting behavior towards other people that you just don't know. And you're defending people that you don't know. With me, I left comments on Dustin's videos. I have said what I had to say about as far as Peter goes, and that I think a lot of these stans are being willfully ignorant because they're not seeing what we are seeing. That's as far as it goes. I'm not going to sit there and, talk about somebody's weight or, call somebody some really disgusting shit because they don't agree with me. I just don't understand, when I have disagreements with people in real life, we talk about it. They share their point of view, I share mine, and we have like a debate, like a conversation, It's not this insane shit, and I know it's the internet and whatever, that's what you get, but it just sucks to see that all of these other people are being so affected by this rift with Peter and other people that they are going after each other. It's just crazy. It's like they're all in this war, Meanwhile, and this doesn't go for just like Peter and Dustin in drama channels, but stans of beauty channels or whatever. They're kind of, and I don't want to say this it is a bad thing because they just blindly follow these people. And it's a shame, Most of these people don't give a shit about you. But you are going at these other people that are not fans, this person personally. And I don't know. I feel like from what we know from the few people that have spoken out about Peter, they have all said the same exact things about him. It doesn't mean that he is the worst human being or anything like that. It doesn't mean that you should hate him. It just means that a lot of us that had been fans have watched his ego grow, have watched his arrogance grow, have watched him change, and a lot of us are not here for it, But I feel like it took a lot for, Dustin to come out and say what he had to say. And whether you believe, whether you like Dustin or not, that was somebody that was truly hurt by a friendship. And if you could just picture yourself being friends with somebody and helping them with their channel, helping them, with the drama, telling them things, giving them receipts, helping with thumbnails, whatever it could be. If that person couldn't stick up for you, if that person just doesn't even know how you could possibly feel the way that you're feeling, that's what makes me feel like Peter's kind of so delusional, because he's acting like, well, I don't know where this is coming from, in a sense, But I just feel bad. I feel bad about the whole situation. If I don't like somebody, I typically just don't watch them. Which is what most people should do instead of just attacking everybody. And I'm not trying to come at anyone specific or anything. I'm just saying I have seen a lot of disgusting things being said towards people just because somebody is on someone's side and not the others. I don't know that I'm on a side. I know how I personally feel about Peter from thinking about everything with a rational mind, and I'm not blinded by his bullshit. That doesn't mean that I stan Dustin. I like Dustin. I think that he had been very open and honest about the situation. There's always a few different sides to a story, and I'm sure, I don't know. I can't really defend Peter because I don't think that I have any factual, tangible things to kind of hang on to defend him. A lot of us are just sick of him. And now, I don't know what happened, and it's probably not the same, but the other day I was on Social Blade, I had looked after those tweets surfaced from Peter, and I looked like over the weekend, and he had like, he was in the red for a couple of days, losing like 100 subscribers here, like 80, something there. But that's the only thing I can think of that is even making him like make a video and stuff, because it's affecting his business. You know what I mean? That's the only reason why I think he wants to come across like he is so cool with everybody, because he wants to be the one that everybody likes. He doesn't want to be on the outside. He doesn't want people to think anything bad about him, because he doesn't want to lose his subscribers. Plain and simple. This is a business for Peter. And I'm not saying that YouTube isn't a business, but if you have friends, that should come before then. If you really cared about them, that should come before how many views you're getting and how many subscribers you have, because it doesn't matter if Peter has X amount of followers and Dustin has X amount of followers. It doesn't make either one of them the better person. It's so insane to me when people feel like they're on some high horse because, oh, I have more followers than you, I have more subscribers than you, I get more, engagement than you. That doesn't mean anything. And a lot of people hate watch people and hate subscribe to people, I just feel like, Peter's the one that always says that we should all remain teachable. And in this moment, this is his moment. This is his moment to remain teachable. But the way that he talked to Paige, man, just being a woman and having that like respect. I'm not saying that she didn't have a bit of like an attitude and whatnot, but like, it was just, I mean, it kind of made me heated the way that he spoke to her, but that's just me personally. I just wanted to get on here and share my feelings, how I felt about like this whole thing. You know me, I'm like, I don't know. I hate when people say this is a video I didn't want to make, because it's so fucking dumb to say. I wouldn't have made it if Dustin hadn't done another video, and I feel like, yes, this is between them, it's their business, but it is all over social media and it is all public, which ends up becoming our business. So we should be able to have opinions on it. That's just how I feel about it. Also, before I go, I wanted to say to Face Painter on Guru Gossiper, I am sorry that I misread the screenshot that I got, thinking that you were talking about me being as real as Laura Lee when you were talking about somebody else. Now that comment makes a lot of sense, because I feel the same way about that person. So I apologize. I did not mean to even though I didn't use your name, then I didn't mean to like ever, make you feel some type of way or like have some type of like misinformation and all that stuff. So I do apologize. Hopefully next time you see me, I will have my eyebrows waxed with my husband. It's been a hard week or so, but I'll get into that in another video. Like always, you guys, just leave your comments down below. I'm not saying that if you are on Peter's side that you are a bad person. Not at all. I get the appeal of Peter. I was a huge fan. Just stop being so hateful towards each other. It's disgusting, It's like you're seeing these people that you don't know. We don't know the whole story about anything, but then you're going to attack like their fans. It's just, it looks really pathetic. I don't get it. Yeah, so that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Love and hugs. Bye.